Hello and welcome to the Set for Growth YouTube channel, where we cover the tips, tricks, and the how-tos pertaining to reading and broadening your knowledge base. My name is Brandon.
And I'm Alex.
Hey Alex. In today's video, we cover 5 tips for how to read more. Take it away.
Today we talk about the 5 tips to help you read more. But first, why is it so important to read? Well, reading increases your knowledge. So it helps you in conversation with others, right? It gives you more things to talk about. Also, it increases your confidence because you understand better how the world works. And Warren Buffett says that the more you learn, the more you earn, right? And so if you want to increase your financial situation, have a better life, right? Learning and reading will greatly help you in that direction. So what's our first tip today, Brendan?
Yeah, totally. Let me just jump right into it here. So, if you want to read more books, I think the most important thing is to actually take the time to do so every day. Developing the habit to read every day is so vitally important to actually being able to sit down and make that time for yourself. So it's a commitment up front that you want to take the time to do that. And it's not so much the amount that you read every day, it's just the fact that you've cracked open a book, you've read the first couple lines, and if you keep going, hey, that's awesome. But if you don't feel like reading more that day, that's fine as well. So all about getting that habit formed, starting the reading every day, and every day it's just going to be easier and easier until you'll find that, the days that maybe you might miss, you actually miss out on the reading as well, and you actually feel like you've lacked something that day. So definitely you want to develop the habit up front.
Nice. It's like when I go to the gym, sometimes when I skip a day, I feel bad, right? Because it becomes a habit. So It's great to keep this a habit. Now, the second tips I have for you is use your free time to read. So a lot of people don't realize how much free time they actually have. Like when you go cook something and you wait for it like 15 minutes, 20 minutes for it to cook, while you could pick up a book and read. If you go to the bus station and you're waiting for the bus 15 minutes, that's another time to read. When you get on the bus and go to your destination, that's another time to read. If you go meet people at a coffee shop, right, bring a book. So instead of waiting and, what is he doing, why he's not here yet, you can just start reading, and it just and all those period of time add up together at the end of the day, and you can have hours of reading time if you add them all together. So that's my great tip.
Yeah, I totally agree, Alex. I mean, I think a lot of the time, I don't know if you've heard this, but a lot of the time people say, I don't have time to read. And it's all about maximizing those minutes in the day that you do. So, another thing you could do there is if you're driving to work every day and that's the only time you have for yourself, then put something on audio tape and put it into your book or into your car and listen to it while you drive. That's a great way. I do that all the time as well.
Right.
Yeah. All right. So the next tip here is you want to be curious. You obviously have to be interested in the topic that you're reading about. I think a lot of the time what you need to be able to do is develop a curious attitude in that you want to ask what and why. So whatever topic you're reading about, you want to dig deeper onto that topic. And what ends up happening is you'll start reading books and then you'll end up coming out of that with more questions than you went going into it. But you'll have a deeper understanding of the world around you and different perspective and everything else. And it's about that curiosity. And the more you read, doing those daily habits and using your free time to read, the more you want to read, the more curious you'll become because the more you'll learn. And it's just kind of this great cycle that starts going on. And that's definitely the biggest thing. What you don't know, you don't know. So you want to be curious and you want to definitely learn.
Yeah, definitely. I relate to that greatly. My fourth tips is feel free to skip around when you read. Okay, you're not bound to read a book from A to Z. You can just read the first chapter, read the last chapter, and skip the middle, because oftentimes how-to book have just a bunch of stories in the middle, and the gold nuggets are all found inside the first and last chapter. So skipping around is a good way. Also, you don't have to finish a book. If you don't like a book and you think it doesn't bring anything to your knowledge anymore, you can just skip it, keep it in the library, right? And then you can pick it up again later if you think that, now I need this knowledge. You can just go back, pick it up, just like a friend, right? You have multiple friends and you can go back to them when you need their assistance.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, further to that point too, it's important to know just the general topic that a book contains, right? Because like you said, a lot of the time books are just going to be reference points. It shouldn't just be that you read a book once and throw it away. If it's a good book, you want to refer to it over and over again. So long as you know what it contains, then you always have that ability to do so. So feel free to skip forward, back and forward. The next point that ties into all this as well is you want to be able to seek variety. So this is point number 5, and it ties into being curious. Not only should you learn about one topic, let's say hypothetically you're a sports fanatic and you like reading about sports biographies, this kind of thing. You want to be able to broaden your knowledge base, maybe dip into science, physics, learn a little bit about history, definitely business and finance as well. You want to go into literature, you want to learn about creative arts and all these different things, because what happens is it kind of forms this primordial soup, if you will, in your mind, and you're able to fill in the gaps that you don't, from reading one topic to the other, and they actually correlate and they help each other give you a deeper understanding of just the way things are. So I would say that you need variety, you need curiosity, you need to maximize your minutes throughout the day, and you do that simply by forming your first daily habit.
Yeah, I totally agree. Could not say it better. Reading multiple type of books just bring your brain into and create all those connections, and you can just enhance your learning so much more. It multiplies it instead of just hiding it. So that was our 5 tips. Now I've got an extra tips for you here today, and it's to read multiple books at once. Because a lot of people don't talk about this, and I don't know why. But reading multiple books at once really help you connect all the different knowledge together, and you're just gonna remember so much more, and the assimilation of the knowledge of a book will be increased by a lot just by skipping around and reading multiple books at once. Okay, at some point you can have 5 books at once, 3 books, 4 books, doesn't matter, but having multiple books open really increase retention and understanding of what you read.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's an important point as well, right? You want to be able to read as many books as possible. I have 4 or 5 on the go right now. I know Alex also has 4 or 5 on the go right now, all with different topics, and it really just helps keep you interested, especially when you hit a lull in some book, right? Yeah. Maybe you want to skip forward, maybe not. Maybe you're reading something about history. Sometimes it can be the most interesting things, yet at the same time, it's important for your understanding if that's something that you're actually interested in. It's a great point, Alex.
Yeah. Cool. So if you guys, that was our 5 tips on how to read more. If you guys like this video, subscribe, because we'll be putting out more of those videos in the future. And so, we really want to bring knowledge and more understanding to you guys. And so by subscribing, you'll be sure to get all our future videos.
Yeah, absolutely. If you like the video, comment below as well, subscribe, and we'll see you guys on the next video.
Bye, guys.
Bye.